Hello, good evening, welcome to the programme. First tonight, well, the government may have won today's vote on building HS2, but is a high-speed rail link to the East Midlands any nearer tonight?
Well, during the debate, the Transport Secretary, the Derbyshire Dales MP, Patrick McLaughlin, had to face down Tory backbench critics. And in turn, East Midland Labour MPs were challenged to get off the fence and publicly back the project. Our political editor, John Hess, has been following today's developments in Westminster.
From the air, this is the route that high-speed trains will take in the East Midlands heading north. That's if HS2 Phase 2 is ever completed. The Commons was the first stop on that route today, waiting to speak on a parliamentary platform, an HS2 Tory critic.
If she's so convinced of the business case, how can she explain that the government now are on the 5th revision of the business case supporting HS2? And does she think this is the last revision, or will there be another 25 over the next 25 years to justify this case? I just can't believe it. It's amazing that the project's gone up by £10 billion and now the government's managed to find another £10 billion of supposed benefits. I put it to her, this is the biggest work of fiction since Enid Blyton.
The shape of rail travel to come? This is Italy, and this week the government claimed that similar high-speed trains travelling up to 200 miles an hour would deliver huge economic benefits to cities like Nottingham and Derby, an extra £2.2 billion a year. But back in the Commons, a question: would ordinary rail users afford to use it?
We cannot afford the new high-speed rail line to become a rich man's toy, as was previously mentioned by a former Secretary of State. It's absolutely clear that the new network must be available to everyone.
This isn't just a map of HS2, it's become a political route map for the Transport Secretary, a line he maintains that'll spread economic wealth from London.
This is the point when the debate starts moving from if to when. The House has already voted overwhelmingly in favour, in principle, of a new high-speed, high-capacity rail network. I hope it will do so again this evening.
The government may have won today's HS2 vote, but the controversy is far from over.
Well, John joins us now from our Leicester studio. John, good evening to you. Across the first hurdle, but in your opinion, did HS2 fly or just limp over?
Well, Anne and Dominic, I'm in the one Midland city, unlike Birmingham, Derby and Nottingham, that isn't going to see the tangible economic benefits that were promised in the government's report on HS2 earlier this week. And watching today's parliamentary debate, I was struck at the serious lack of cheerleaders for this whole project among East Midland MPs. And I think there may be a clue here, because we learnt this evening that the Shadow Transport Secretary, Mary Craig, has seen detailed plans of Phase 2 of the route that goes from Birmingham into the East Midlands up to the northern cities. That includes now a serious number of tunnelling that will have to take place, and there's a price tag on that now. It's £150 million a mile. And that's why we're hearing from Labour talk that they won't write blank cheques, and why today in particular we heard from Patrick McLaughlin saying that the project would not exceed £42.8 billion.
Wow, big figures. Thanks, John.